Right then, I just thought I'd just take the opportunity. This is the other side of the lake from where myself and Nick are fishing, and look at this for a bit of water. Absolutely massive. Got no idea how big this piece of water is, but it's one big one. Once again, I was speaking to the gaffer, and he said there's some real big kippers in here. He said he saw a fish yesterday. This is the gospel. He saw a fish yesterday, and it was, well, if you want £50, it was 46, 47. It was massive. So the bloke absolutely, well, he fishes this 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. He lives down here, and he's had some decent fish, but massive piece of water. So, you know, there's loads of options on this place. Maybe one to target in the future, who knows. Big pig carp fishing. Right then, if I can keep a steady hand, there we go, 1, and we've managed to spot one. And this is in Nick's peg. Absolutely baking how the weather is. We don't know the actual temperature, but it's got to be, I would say, 23, 24, if not higher. But there you go, that one's up in the upper layers, so we may be resorting to going back to the vehicle to get the floaters. Who knows, but hey, if we can't get a carp on the bank for you folks, hopefully we've got one on the camera. It's looking half decent my end, so hopefully it makes good viewing your end. There we go. Nice black shadow. Okay folks, 1 minute after 3. I've rested the swim this morning since 10 o'clock. About 11:30 I prepped the swim back up and peppered a load of boilies out, bottom baits, middle of the spot there, in that little alcove, which is, let me see, about there, and there you go. I've been peppering baits around about there. As I say, I rested the swim for a good 3 or 4 hours, and I've just put the rods back out. A bit of a twist though on the left and the middle rod. The choddies, sorry, the left rod, I've got a cherry bee pop up on the choddy there, but I've got a piece of white corn tipped off with a nice fluoro magua. Same on the right hand rod, but a different coloured tipper. Pop up fluoro maggot, and the middle rod I've got a withy. So I've got 3 white cherry bees on all 3 rods now, because I think in clear water white is just mega visible. So I'm fishing it over the CM1, and my theory is if anything comes over the top of it, it's going to attract someone's attention, or a fish's attention I should say. I haven't had any lunch yet, so Mr. Rudge has made a good ploy and decision, and he's gone up the chippy. So we're going to try some of Northampton's finest fish and chips with curry sauce. So yep, there we go then. I'm going to leave them baits out then just before dusk, and then I'll re-spot them for the night. So let's see what this afternoon brings. So there's been 1 or 2 fish in the last couple of hours moving up and down that marginal area. I showed you one on camera, and it looked like a right nice bar of gold, to be quite honest, possibly a common. So there are fish moving up and down that marginal area, obviously on a warm day like today in the upper layers, but I'm just hoping that one of them comes along and fancies a munch. I've got to be honest with you, in this heat the chances are very slim, but you never know. With the bait in the water, there's always a chance. So yep, there we go. I'm going to now sit back and await for Mr. Rudge to come back with my fish and chips, and then I'm going to indulge in my dinner. So we'll catch you later, folks. Nick's just going to re-spot his right hand rod and his 3rd and final rod. 20 past 6. You might be able to just see the glint of the sun on the side of the brolly. So the sun's quite high still, but I just thought this would be a bit interesting. Nick switched over to a chod, and There's a nice little product there by Tasker, so take it away, Nick.
Right, yeah, it's basically this is a tungsten heli chod bead. It's a safe setup basically. You get a run and obviously the whole setup just pulls away. Like very similar to what Corda have got. But the beauty of this is you don't need to put any putty on the actual chod to counterbalance the pop-up. As I say, this is tungsten and well, Matt's already seen how well it behaves once it goes down on the bottom. And I'm not going to say much about that white thing there, but
it stinks.
Other than that, it stinks, but it's a cracking pop-up from none other than Baitworks, believe it or not. And it's what are they known as, Matt?
I've heard 3 names: White Wizards, Crabbingtons, and the latest one is the Scent from Hell.
I'd go with the third one.
So yeah, it's only if we only had smell-o-vision, it really is a potent little bait you've got on there. So
I'm as I said earlier in blogs, I'm not a big fan of the chod, but I've just bought my rod in. It was absolutely clogged with weed, and I just thought, well, I've got to give it a try. I mean, Matt's using naked chods and he's already been having those telltale signs like.
Yeah, I had
so well, I thought, well, if something's happening with him, I may as well give it a try.
Yeah, I was lying on the bed chair watching the water and my left hand of the bobbin just slammed against the butt of the rod. I don't know whether it was something picked up in the margin or what, but I've had a few bleeps as well, so and we've just seen a fish crash literally in between the two of us, so
yeah, it's right where my bait is, just in the channel.
They're there, mate. They're cruising up and down there, so I don't know. It's still a bit. The sun's not doing it for me at the moment, but
it's fishing very hard. Nobody's caught.
Nah.
It's fishing hard. I mean, we're trying everything, and you never know. It's early days.
Yeah, I mean, up until we arrived yesterday, there was 2 fish off the lake, and I haven't heard of anybody catching anything last night. So there you go. I just thought that might be a bit of interest to you. That's a great little product by Tasker.
If anybody wants to know what the components are, I mean, that's pretty straightforward. That's called a mouth trap. I could have said mouse trap, but it's mouth trap actually. And I've got a bait screw. This one in particular is from Ace. I do like the new Avid ones, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I've used them. They're good. Very good.
And that, in my opinion, is probably one of the best choddy hooks going, which is the Corda choddy.
Agreed. I've got 3 on.
I haven't seen a better choddy hook, to be honest with you, but that's just my opinion. Everybody's got their own opinions. And that's it, really. Pretty straightforward chod, same as everybody else.
Oh, great stuff. I'll get it in the pond, mate.
Yep.
Okay, folks. Nice. Okay, 10 to 9. The battery's on red, so I'll be switching over to the other camera after this blog post. I've just respotted for the night, night number 2, and what I've done is as follows. We've come back down the margin now. I've been fishing the middle rod in the bit of a channel which we mentioned earlier, which is the old riverbed, so we've been told. So what I've done is the right hand rod is back on the margin spot. I've been trickling bait in there on and off all day. So we've got a load of chops, CM1 bottom baits and chopped boilie, and I've got a withy rig there with a 16mm cherry B cork ball pop up, and on top of that I've got a piece of white corn and a little fluoro rubber maggot, something a little bit different. Back in that little cutout over there, sprayed a lovely bed of CM1 bottom baits, and we've got a naked chod with a nice cherry B cork ball pop up, once again a little bit of corn and a rubber maggot, and then where the old gulls are roosting there, so the left of it, same as the other side, sprayed bottom bait CM1, and there's a cherry B cork ball on a naked choddy with a nice piece of white corn on the top and another fluoro maggot. So there we go. I'm all sorted. Nick's just doing his final checks and getting ready for the forthcoming night. So the kettle's on. I'm going to make us a nice brew and we're going to watch the water. So we're smack on 10 to 9 now, and as I say, this battery's on red on this camera, so I'm going to swap over to continue the filming for the remainder of the session. So yep, hopefully something's going to happen tonight and we'll have something to show you folks. As I say, it's a brand new water. I've never fished it before, and that's Matt speaking. Nick's fished it and he's done really well, which was 12 months ago. I may add, that was when this lake was, well, it hadn't seen any angler pressure, to be honest. Since then, obviously 12 months on, and there's been a lot more angler pressure with obviously lines in the water, baits, etc. Not trying to find any excuses, but it's been absolute scorching again today, so that hasn't out matters. I mean, you bring your lead in and the lead's, it's glowing, it's that warm, the water. So if we are going to catch, it's going to be, in my opinion, in the night or first thing in the morning. But as I keep saying, with a rod in the water and a bait, you just never know. Carp are carp. They'll be where they want to be and they'll play ball when they want to play ball. So yep, right then, I'm going to shut this camera down now, and the next time I see you, I'll be on the other camera. Hopefully one of us will be holding a carp. Who knows? Catch you in a bit, folks. Got a poacher in this swim. The old Aaron. It's about the 4th one I've seen in session at this venue. He's out for his supper. Massive wingspan. The body, I mean, it's almost like a chicken basically. Nothing to it, but it looks a massive bird, obviously when it flies because of the size of the wingspan. But see if we can get a bit closer. There's quite a lot of roach fry in the margin, or what appears to be roach fry, so you ain't going to be short of food. It's one of the things about angling, you know, you can get up close and personal with nature. There he is. Try and keep a steady hand. I haven't got my tripod set up at the moment. There he is. We'll leave him be, eh?